What is up, everyone? This is episode 29 of a kind of breakfast talk. It's maybe a late breakfast, a brunch for you guys. Here's my coffee. I don't have breakfast here, but if you guys like these discussions, feel free to subscribe, comment, and let me know. Hit that notification bell so you stay tuned when I post these. Episode 29, trying to get 100 in a row. Today, this is going to be a little bit of a talk on finding an exercise that works for you. I was just down in the basement messing with some different movements, different exercises. I don't like to back squat personally. I have long femurs. I don't have the longest tibia. I'm 6'2", 3", and I don't have much ankle mobility. Now, can I work on those? Sure. Can I make them better over time? Sure. I'm 28. I'm not going to limit my training based on some arbitrary constraint of can I back squat? So I'm going to find a different way. I did some front squats. Liked them, but still not my favorite. I do like them. There's an issue with the racking position. I broke my wrist a couple times. I don't have the best shoulder mobility, so another excuse, I didn't do them. And then I went to a safety bar squat, and I liked those a lot, but then I modified the grip, and I got it really nice and vertical, and it felt way closer to that of like a hack squat. Not a hack squat, maybe more of like a machine squat. Is that the right word to describe? I don't know. Point is, it felt better. And the moral of the story is find an exercise that works for you. I mean, there's thousands of exercises. It's not like an exercise is magical. An exercise is designed to train muscles through a movement pattern in which they can be loaded appropriately. Different people have different anthropometrics, the size of their length, their femur relative to their tibia, their mobility, and so on and so forth. They just don't like certain things, and they like certain things. Point is, you want to find an exercise that helps train what you're looking for. Yes, and something you actually like to do. For me, there's lots of squat variations, so I want to have a squat variation that I can load over time. Now, when doing this, I don't want a squat variation that I can load sometimes. That's okay, actually, because I do like to rotate things, but I at least want to have a standard one that I enjoy. So I personally like the Hatfield squat because it helps me stay vertical. Why? Because it doesn't bother me, it doesn't hurt my ankles or my hips or whatever. That's just me. For you, you might have a different exercise. But the moral of the story I'm trying to get at is you should pick an exercise that works for you. Don't get caught up. No one is in the weight room judging you based on what exercise you do. Your muscles aren't going to be like, well, that was a front squat, not a back squat. That doesn't count. That's not how it's going to work. No one's going to come and arrest you because you did a back squat, not to full depth, despite what social media might think. Find an exercise that works for you. Find a movement that works for you. Enjoy it. Get better at it. Get stronger. It's not about having to do one special exercise. It really isn't. And that's something I've learned over time. Something I hopefully get across in this video is that I like certain types of exercises. Here's a great example, a trap bar deadlift. When it comes to squatting, everyone kind of likes to squat to parallel, or I will say parallel. Great, cool. It's relative to someone's height, and for most people, I guess because it is relative, it's going to be the same relative demands. Relative. But a deadlift is always from the floor, regardless of how tall you are. I was working with an athlete this morning that's 6'4". Should they have to trap bar deadlift from the same height that an athlete who's 5'8" has to? Doesn't make sense to me why they would. I don't want you to think, maybe this is not the right word, but I don't want people to think that they have to do any exercises at all, or I promote a certain type of exercise myself. I just want people to have an exercise they like. That's my opinion, personally. And then the trap bar, for example, is a movement that I want my athletes to enjoy because it's a good exercise. If they don't like it, we don't have to do it. Or we can modify it. We can elevate it based on someone's needs. Point is, find an exercise that works for you. Make it work for you. Don't have to do a back squat. You don't have to. So think about that, ponder it, let me know what you think. I appreciate you guys listening. If you guys have any comments or questions, please let me know. I hope you enjoy, and as always, take care.